side. Now you might not know nothing about that.
Oh, hey man, look, yeah. Hey, we are live too, by the way. What was you saying earlier, E? How was you? How did you sing that earlier? You said we all the way live.
There's a song by Lakeside,
Yeah,
probably late
yeah.
1980s or whatever it is. I think it's Lakeside. Somebody check me on it. It's all the way live. Boom, boom,
That's
boom.
it.
All the way
It's
live.
Oh,
all the way live.
You
That's
yeah.
it.
know,
We heard a remix in our area of that. I mean, a remake of that in our era, Brandon. But yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, we
I
no,
remember.
we didn't hear the. I didn't hear no remake because I'm telling you, my dad had that album. I got the 45,
Oh,
and if y'all want to give me about a week, I can go over there to that house and I can bring you that 45. That like,
please
hey,
bring it.
you can pull it up and
he had
show it.
that.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, shout out to all y'all jazz people out there that might be listening too. There's a great jazz saxophonist. I'm a saxophone. I like to listen to great saxophone people, right? David Sanborn passed away. I think it was in the last 72 hours, last 3 days. Great.
Oh
Everybody
man.
up now. David Sanborn, one of the greatest to ever do it. I can remember an album that I bought from him in 1986. Hey, flashback, man. Uh, um, it was just beautiful, man. David Sanborn, look him up. Great jazz saxophone. He succumbed to cancer a couple days ago. So shout out all your jazz people out there. You know, I know we talk about sports now, but remember, sports is life, and
Hmm.
saxophone is life too. David Sanborn, look him up, man. He's just great. Played with
Yeah.
everybody over, but maybe 100 albums associated with other people and himself. Uh, Chicago song. Look it up. Look it up. David
We'll
Sanborn, fantastic
we'll
jazz.
do. Hey, how about this? We're gonna put a couple of links of his music too on the YouTube page.
Okay.
We'll do that too. So
Wait,
that way
wait.
all the listeners can go to the comment section and click on that link and listen to
David Sanborn.
some of his
David Sanborn.
videos.
David
Yeah,
Sanborn.
we're gonna do that. That's it, man. Hey, the dreaded disease, man. But we're gonna fight through it. Um, but yeah, man, welcome. Today is May the 15th. We halfway through the month, 2024. After the game,
Wow.
you know, you already know what after the game is about. It's like I say, it's a sports related channel, 411 Sports. We're on YouTube, and sometimes we take it off the field, off the court, and we just sit back, we relax, we chill,
Two. Have
you
to.
know, and we talk. We still talk sports, but we talk about some things that happen off the field, and that's what we're gonna do today. And the main topic today is Gilbert Arenas and Rudy Gobert. Hey y'all, you've been watching the series. The Nuggets have made this comeback, and series not over. But they've made this major comeback, and Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year. Congratulations! I think that's the fourth time he's won it.
Oh,
So he's in some rare company with the Ben Wallaces and so on and so forth. So, congrats to him on that. But he's having his hands full right now with the Joker. But man, he did miss game. What was it? Game two, gentlemen. He missed game two. And the Nuggets versus the Nuggets, but the team band together and got the victory. But Gilbert Arenas, NBA legend, had some things to say about it. And man, it spurred a lot of conversation. And this panel right here you see tonight is gonna break it down. So I want you to listen to the bumper right quick, and then we're gonna jump right into the show.
All we got is time, so stay a while, stay a while. All we got is time, so stay a while, stay a while.
Yeah, welcome to After the Game. Big shout out to my brother Terrence Jones for the track. Nice laid back there music, man. We chilling, man. We vibing, man. We right here,
up
good
to
to go. We good to go. Yep. Shout out to Terrence Keaton Jones. Good job
Yeah,
there.
y'all call him Terrence. His name Keaton. I didn't know no Terrence. His name is Keaton.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
keeping I'm
That's
keeping all
it.
of this, everything, every time I can go back to 91, 92, 93. His name is Keaton. That joke ain't okay. He done upgraded now.
Yeah, he big time now. Music by J Tones. So check him
Yeah,
out. Music by J
he
Tones.
big time now. All right, there we go, Keaton.
All right. Hey, check us out also on you on man. Check us out on TikTok.
Mr.
Mr.
Four,
411. Right there. It's spelled out. Say it
four,
again for me, E.
four, one, 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 four, one, one.
And there it is. Hey, look, we even upgraded that. We got the QR code now. You know
I
what I'm saying?
see, man. Hey,
We
had
trying to
that
we trying to
last week.
catch up.
I hear you, Mr. Upgrade. Mr. Upgrade.
Oh
Gotta stay up
man.
with the times, baby. You gotta stay up with the times.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I tell you. Wow, man. But yeah, Mr. E right there, chilling. And Brandon, what's going on, gentlemen?
Always a pleasure, Antoine, Mr. 411.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure to be hanging out.
Yep. All right.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's
Every time.
yep. Another day above ground, gentlemen. But hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Hit the share, because sharing is caring. Hit that notification bell. You gotta do all those things. Doesn't cost you a dime to do it. So we definitely appreciate the ones that have and the ones that will. Uh, that's all we can say about that. All right, man. Let's get into this thing, man. 'Cause I know Brenda's smiling right now, but he was not smiling when he heard what Gilbert Arenas had to say. And before we even hear your comments, Twan, let's go ahead and listen to one of these videos, and then we'll get right back on it, gentlemen. Got to talk to my technical team, but we'll get this thing rolling.
Morning for the first time on Monday, his wife giving birth to their first child.
I see you.
It's the baby, bro. It's gonna be there when you get back. We hope.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. The baby gonna be
okay,
but
unnecessary.
the baby gonna. It don't know. Whatever you about to think you about to do with the baby, he gonna be asleep.
Need that skin to skin
Sleep.
contact.
Okay, you ain't get skin to skin in 2 days.
Right on the titty. The whole time, right on the titty.
Like I said,
Need some milk.
Look, I get you want to be with your wife and smile and stuff, and your good NBA healthcare insurance.
Right.
It's because of you playing.
Right. Trust me, they got everything. So first child.
Gilbert Arenas recently made a comment in the last couple of days about Rudy Gobert. And he said that Rudy Gobert should have skipped his child's birth, left his newborn first child, and flown to Denver and played. The baby was born that morning. I think it was really telling about guys like him, Brandon Jennings, and these other guys on his podcast, that they all think that way. If your significant other, I don't know if men know, but childbirth is a very, very serious thing. And Black women primarily in America die at a higher rate giving birth to children than any race there is. And you think it's okay to leave your wife or girlfriend or mother of your kid, even if y'all not together anymore, when your child is born, that day, that is still the most dangerous day. Because you can actually come out of pregnancy, okay, and 8 or 10 hours later have complications that kill you.
All right, so we had a lot there. We set the table there with Gilbert Arenas and his comments on his show with his panel, and then you heard the comments just then. Brandon, I'm gonna pass you the mic, and then after you get done, just pass it over to E. And just FYI, we did hear that say there was a high rate of it for Black women. We're gonna fact check to see if Gobert's wife is Black. I don't think she's Black, but still, he's Black. He's mixed race. But still, so just for FYI, the people who listen to that video, we'll verify if his wife is white. But at the end of the
This
day,
child
it
is
doesn't even matter. All right, Brandon, show you.
okay. So for me, man, the one thing that this entire thing it hits home for me through the birth. I have 4 children, 4 beautiful children.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Me and my wife have been together since 1993.
That's
High school sweethearts. Love of my life, man. Yeah, it is. She is a blessing. I don't know what I would do without this lady. So when you hear comments about this stuff, the things that Gilbert Arenas said, it took, like, to me and me and Mr. 411. I know we call him Mr. 411, but he's TJ, my guy, you know. And like after we kind of had that first encounter, you know, man, I had a good breakdown with him, you know, and it hit me in my heart, man, because my oldest son, I was there for the. I have 4 children again. I was there. I was in the delivery room, the birth of 3 of them. One of them, my second daughter, she came a little faster than anybody thought she was supposed to come, and she kind of missed the clock. But my old son, we were in the for an extended period of time. When he came out, he was blue. He was blue.
Oh my goodness.
We come to find out that there was a knot in the in his umbilical cord, and so I could have lost my son, man. And like I say, the things where people, you know, like I say, black woman, you know, just like you say, the things that go on with the rate of childbearing with black women, and you know, this is something that I learned a long time with the birth of my first son. You know, he comes out, and I'm telling y'all, Blue, he was a light-skinned baby, but he looked like a Smurf. And again, I'm in the you know, the delivery room rate drops. So, but this is where this hits hard, you know, it hit hard. It hits heart to my heart that somebody can sit back and say, it's just a baby. It's just a baby. Don't do that, man. You don't know people's stories. And I'm not 1,000% sure, because I didn't do all the research that I needed to, but Gobert, because of him being a mixed race child, he grew up with family, you know, in a difficult situation, you know what I'm saying? Like with the racial situation with him. So the people that were supposed to be there for him, like my aunts and my uncles and my grandma and you know, the people that you know, and the people that I drew love from, the people that I could, you know, the people that I could do the most, and they gave me the most. These were the people that shunned you as a young man. And, you know, like he said, it was typical, you know, it ended up being him and his mom. For somebody to sit back and say that it's just a child, don't take the whole backstory into consideration, and you don't take other people's story into consideration, don't say nothing. But don't just holler, it's just a baby, bro. It'll be there tomorrow, because it might not have been there tomorrow.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon,
you know what I'm saying? And what does he look like if like you say, if there's some complications that go on, and you know, like you said before, to say that it's just a baby, it'll be tomorrow, that's ignorance, man. That is absolute ignorance. And you a black man, you should know better. And again,
well,
if you know, and this is my,
hey, Brandon,
get off.
No,
off
I don't
my
want to cut
part
you
of
off,
it.
Brendan, but
You don't know any better.
Brendan, I
Don't
want
say nothing.
okay, I don't want to cut you off, but you was giving great info there, and it was just kind of breaking up a little bit. So I didn't want you to we didn't want to lose something that you was gonna throw in there towards the end. Um, so that's all. I just want to try and make sure we didn't lose you there on the connection. You were saying like don't make light of it. That was what you kind of telling off to at the end right there. We just want to make sure we didn't miss anything there in your statement because what you're telling us
Yeah,
is real,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
something
yeah.
not to really,
Just for the
yeah,
yeah, and yeah, it is nothing to be taken lightly. Like I say,
yeah,
it happens so much, and like I said, a lot of times it happens, and people don't always understand the the actual God, I don't,
it's all right.
blessing that it is to have a child. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
Because there are people that have children and don't want them, and there are people that try to have children every day and can't do it. And like I say, just for somebody to take light of that and somebody to make light of that situation is just ignorant to me. And don't because something hasn't happened to you doesn't mean that it has not happened to somebody else. So that's my whole thing on
Amen.
that. Don't make light of something that just because it seems easy to you, it's not always an easy thing.
Yeah. All right. I think it's passing over to you now, E.
Hey, Antoine,
And they won the game anyway.
yeah, Antoine, I want to,
Mr.
commend
E,
you
yes, sir.
on a, successful marriage and being there, with your not only one, two, three,
Not two,
four,
not three.
and then being with your wife. I mean, that's that's a compliment within itself with you
Not one, not two,
as a
not three, not four.
and, I want to just compliment on you on that. And this is a highly sensitive subject,
Hmm.
go 1,250,000 million ways with this right here. And it fits in any way that you want to put it. And let's understand now where Gilbert is coming from. Gilbert obviously has a highly successful podcast, right? Gilbert has made over $100 million, right? And a lot of that he could sit down and just like say, I don't have nothing else to do. I got enough money. And the thing that and he mentioned also the fact that his insurance, right, that he had,
Right.
Gobert. Well, actually, Gobert probably don't need the insurance. There are a lot of wealthy people that and rich people that don't even need insurance. They figure it as a waste of time because they can pay for anything they need, including their life insurance, burial and such. So when we listen to Gilbert and any other podcast, we got to understand these. I'm going to say the guys, whether they're football, baseball, basketball, or whatever, they when we talk about his insurance or whatever he may have, these guys, many of them, and I think Arenas would too. Uh, he would have enough money. So the money factor wouldn't be an issue. It has a lot to do with your culture, a lot to do with your upbringing. And again, I don't know the entire story of his upbringing. I heard that he was kind of ostracized because he was a mixed race. And, we don't know the commitment that he has to this young lady that had the child for him. I don't even know if they're married or if they plan on getting married, or his the fact that has been up on him of not having his dad there or not there, or the way he was accepted from one side of the family, right? Everyone have their happy or unhappy childhood
Yes,
stories,
sir.
or difficult experiences, or the success or the purpose in life, or wherever he's going, or his commitment, right? I know in the United States, and I don't know whether she had the baby here in the United States. I don't even know what race she is, but I know one thing: the kid is obviously biracial or mixed, or whatever term that we want to use in the United States, right? 18 to 20% of the kids or more born right now are biracial, and that's a growing number. So, where he lived or where his thought process come from his upbringing, his rearing, or where the culture, and including the culture that he may live in now, whether it's economically affected, whether it's the commitment to the person that he's having a child with, it's going to play a role. And for anybody to make some assumptions or to say he's right or he's wrong, yeah, it's an individual thing, right? Some people have spiritual values that say, listen, I'm going to be married, I'm going to have a baby, I'm going to be committed. Others have, I'm going to be committed right now because this is a financial situation. I'm going to show that I'm there. There may be some kind of oral or some verbal or written contract, that he is living up to say he's going to be there and it's going to help him financially to keep the money payout lower, or wedding commitment. He's showing that he's going to be the father. He's going to be a right there father, and he's going to be there. I don't think that we all know what the thoughts that may, encompass his thoughts or ideas or his plans or his future or even his right now will have to do with his decision making. So everyone would have their own thought. Would I be there? Would I not be there? Is this a setup? Is it not a setup? Do I plan on being with her? How important this is to me, my culture, what happened to me, and even what happened to the young lady. What's her background? What's her thought on it? How sensitive is he to himself, his situation, and what appears to be his family?
Yeah. And that's again going back with and Gilbert, the main thing I'm getting out of him on that comment was like you don't know you don't know what's going on within that particular household or between in that relationship, and you comparing it to what he's going through himself. You know what I'm saying? Like from Gilbert's whatever is going on in Gilbert's life and the way it rolls doesn't necessarily mean that's how it rolls for everybody else. And for him to just kind of blurt it out like he did, it was just really like without any thought behind it. What you got there, Brundage? You there, Brundage?
Hey man, one thing I like to every time I done talk to, I tell this world now, I talked to Mr. E 2 times. Hey man, every time you talk, you like my daddy, man. And don't take that in that is the highest esteem that I could give somebody. You drop nuggets, you drop things, and you make me think in a sense. You know what I'm saying? You make me think, and I'm like, wow, I didn't even think about that. You said something that was so to me,
Well,
like you said.
One thing I'll say. One thing.
The actual. We don't know what the back process with this young woman and this man might be. Like you said, she may. You know what? I just need you to be here for the birth of the baby.
Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this right.
I need you right now. You know what I'm saying? We're not going. Like you say, the child, whatever.
Okay, listen at this part right here, right? Everyone has personality traits. You have a personality trait. I have one. And let's leave it at what's right or what's wrong. Who cares? We're talking about the sensitivity of people. And see, one of the personality traits that you have that it appears to me that maybe I have and Gobert have is the ability to be open and being conscientious. If somebody can look that up, and when we talk about personality traits, behavior, ways of people, right? Openness to the experience and conscientiousness right? Having to do with our inner soul and what we're thinking, where we're from, what we're doing, and to be open and talk.
Yes, sir.
This is a great opportunity for Gobert to continue to grow, understand, look at his life cycle that's not complete and finished yet, as well as what he wants for his child and for his girlfriend, spouse, wife, living partner, whatever she may be. And I'm saying she because I see on the picture just posted right there, it appears to be a female, right? And it's about his happiness, his posture, his ability to adapt, and then make the best environment in openness and conscientiousness for this child.
Yeah, very good. All right, let's roll to another
Yes,
video
sir. And
clip.
like I said, Mr. E,
Oh,
you hit me with one
we're
that
gonna
made me think about. Oh, I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
no. When you get done, we're gonna play a clip. Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Brent. Go ahead.
No, and like I say, yeah, like I said, when you made me think about that. Like I say, we don't know the whatever the structures were about what is going on in their particular situation, and I could just remember and just real quick, just grabbing back. If y'all remember Janet Jackson, there was this, she married this Saudi prince, and he wanted to have a
Yeah.
baby by Janet Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And she had a baby for him. And I think like at the end of the, I think at like at the end of the pregnancy, she got like 500. It was some stupid number.
Mm.
Guess what? She had a baby for the guy, and then like after the baby was born, at the time that she was supposed to commit to him, she got a divorce. You know what I'm saying? So like my thing about, like I said, just to tie that part in, like you don't know what
Level of
this young lady might need from him. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You
Right.
don't know what she may need from him. And again, just the simple just the simple uh physiology, or I might be using the wrong words or whatever it is, but just the whole childbirthing process. We know that that's a difficult thing, and yeah, yes, and the things that come along with that, and that's on anybody. You know what I'm saying? That's anybody. And again, like you said, we don't necessarily know the race young lady, but we know this child is coming out black, so that's gonna, he's partially black, so that is gonna play into what's happening, regardless of we know all the circumstances or not. But like I say, Mr. E, you always drop some nuggets, man. You dropping nuggets. I like him, man.
It's all about understanding. There are a lot of sensitive things. I think it's an excellent topic, and everyone will have their own views, and a lot of it has come from our own environmental, psychological effects of what we think, what we've seen, and what we've heard in life. It's so important. It's so important. And again, who we've been mentored by.
Yep, absolutely. And then there you can see a little bit of the early life of early growing up
Yes,
for Gobert
absolutely,
over in
absolutely.
France. Yep. All right. So let's jump to the next clip there, gentlemen. And then we'll get your comments after this clip. It's 59 seconds long, FYI.
I think he made the right decision.
Yeah.
It's the birth of your first. I've been a part of a tough pregnancy with my wife and going through that. I could only imagine, my wife being there alone and having to deliver a baby alone. If it was a home game, I'm at the delivery and then I'm at the game.
Yeah.
But them being on the road, I gotta be the man and husband in that.
I only take it because it's his first. If it wasn't his first,
You at the game?
my dude, as much money that man got, he got aunties, mamas, cousins, all family members, daddies, grandparents, everybody at that goddamn hospital gonna watch and record and send you the first footage while your daddy out there winning.
Shout out to Timberwolves, in that locker room for understanding, like, we got to go get this for Rudy.
Yeah.
Like, he made the right decision. Go be with his family. Let's go win this game for him.
Shout out to Rudy, man.
Shout out to Rudy.
All right, so that's interesting there, brothers, as you can see in E. I know you heard you can hear that. You're in earshot. But as you see, Paul George, LA Clippers small forward, he said that Rudy did the right thing, and then I guess the other gentleman on the panel was saying, hey, only because it was the first. So if it wasn't the first, then handle it a whole different way. So that is a two-part segment here that we can discuss. So Brundage, the mic's yours, and then just pass it gently over to Eric when you're done.
Hey.
And again, the same way we could say whether it's the first, the second, the third, whatever, like Mr. E would say, and the kind of the same thing. It is what you place value on. What is your value? What do you value, and what means more to you? What does family mean to you? Some people grew up without the benefit of family. I know one thing that I'm blessed by, man. My grandmothers knew each other, and my mom's mama would call my dad's mom, and they would do stuff for each other. So for me, just I don't and you could take it for what it is. My cousins on both sides have we are a big family. You know what I'm saying? Like I have like I say, and that really means something to me. Like family love, man. It wasn't no one side liked me and one side didn't like me. I grew up with both my cousins, and just the whole entire thing. I mean, like I said, just that whole situation. But getting back to the subject, it doesn't matter which child it is. I can hop to my fourth child. We had an issue with her, before she was born. We had some complications with her coming into her birth, and I think this one scared Kim more than anything. You know what I'm saying? And so what somebody places value on, you cannot tell somebody else that they need to place value on. And again, anybody that did not grow up with a loving, stable, giving family household, and Mr. like I say, Mr. 41 TJ, like I remember, me and you done talked plenty of times, and you done talked about both sides of your family. So I know you like me. We grew up, and we grew up with both sides of our family. Cousins on both sides are like, we slept in the same bed. We, like that whole thing. We grew up as we weren't, we were cousins, but we were like shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We were more like, like brothers and sisters, what I'm saying? Like de facto brothers and sisters. And so that whole situation, man, like to grow up with your family and not be uber close, and even with my wife's family, what I'm saying? Her cousins, her aunts. I don't call nobody on my wife's side an in-law. I've never called them an in-law. Her aunt is her uncle is my uncle. Her, what I'm saying? Her sister is my sister. I don't use those prefixes and that stuff. You know what I'm saying, to me? Because that's what family means to me. Because I know when it comes down to it, you got two pieces of family, and I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna give it to Mr. E. You're born you're born with the what I'm saying, you're born into one family, and the family that you pick, your friends, your guys. This guy was in my wedding. I was in his wedding. just you know what I'm saying, like when you the family that you pick is just as important as the family that you're born into and the ones that you inherit. So that to me, when he gets through playing basketball, nobody's gonna care about, you know what I'm saying. If he quit playing basketball tomorrow, they'll talk about him. He won this and he won that, and then 5 years ago, somebody be like, "Who the hell is Rudy? Who? Rudy? Who is he?"
Yeah.
You know, and that's what means something. So,
Yeah.
Mr. E, give me some more nuggets, Mr. E. Give me some more. Give me some more.
You know what? You said everything in a nutshell right there. And just, what you said 5 years from now, who's going to care what he says? And that's what makes, that's what makes life so interesting, right? We all have our own opinions. We're all from different backgrounds. We have different thought processes, right? Right, what's wrong, what's the law, what's not the law, how can we change it? How can I contribute, right? To have people that feel comfortable and have their own place of autonomy in their thought process. And, how do I feel about this? How do I feel? What's my pathology in this? What's my psychological pathology? How did I get to this thought process of what I'm saying? Because of my life experience, right? What I've heard, what I've seen, how I feel, what I've read, where do I go? What happens in my geographical, my regional area? What's supposed to be the thought process that I supposed to have? What is right? What is wrong? And we have as our topic tonight, Rudy Gobert. Did he make the right decision? It's not really so much of whether he made the right decision, whether this person is saying it, a multimillionaire basketball player that went to a locker room with a gun and threatening to kill someone, or or some guy that's
like Gilbert,
in a relationship and he wants to be there for his child. We have the ability, the process of thinking to be open to our experience without trying to defame or to, navigate our way to the way somebody else should be thinking and what they would do. And when we hear that, I would like for somebody to add to, is he taking care of his child? Is he going to do the right thing for his child? Is he going to make sure that child have everything he needs, proper education, provide for the schooling, provide clothing and shelter? That's the bigger issue. We got to understand now. We're looking at this. We're in the world of social media, right? And what's that person doing? Where they're going? What are they gonna buy their child the Gucci shoes? Are they gonna buy this kind of coat, this kind of jacket? Is he gonna have the Air Ones or the LeBron James shoes and all that stuff like that? What you wear, where you go. It's important to a degree, but there are more things that's more important. There must be, whether you believe it or not, all the people that's out there listening, there has to be a spiritual side. I want to reiterate that. There has to be a spiritual side of where you're thinking right now. And if you don't have it, there needs to be a place that you have to go for your own sanity, for your own understanding, for your own wisdom, for your own knowledge, for your own peace, for your own joy. And I hope that it's in the right place.
hey man, you couldn't put that together any better. And by the way, like it got me to think about a couple things. You guys probably remember this, but you remember it was Eastern Conference semifinals, Game 7, Toronto Raptors at Philadelphia 76ers. I think that was the year Allen Iverson eventually made it to the finals, lost to our Lakers, Brundage. But Vince Carter graduated.
Yes.
Like 3 years removed from being drafted or so, and he graduated. He went back to Chapel Hill to actually walk and graduate because it was important to him and his
I
family that
remember
he
that.
graduated from college.
Mhm.
And players on the team at that time on Toronto, I think it was Charles Oakley, some other guys, but mainly I think Charles Oakley was the most outspoken about it. But like, hey, we got this game 7. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you focus for this. But he ended up going to walk, and then he flew back and played in the game. They ended up losing, but at the end of the day, think about that. You just said that, it made me think about it. Who's talking about Vince Carter? And he was a great player, but who's really talking about Vince
Hall
Carter
of
right now?
Famer.
Right. Exactly. And he made a decision. It may not be like exactly what this is about the pregnancy, but he still made a decision. And didn't LeBron James say that if something happened with Brian, he was going to miss a game or something like that
Yes, he did.
um,
Right.
earlier this season?
Mhm.
Right. So players are making these calls. So I'm just wondering, is Gilbert getting on everybody when they make these decisions as well? These type of decisions as well during throughout seasons. I even heard what Draymond Green said he would go watch LeBron play or something on his very last game of his career or something like that. And he said he'll miss a Warriors game to go watch LeBron.
Right. And again, so we're talking about what's your commitment? What's your commitment level? What's important to you? How insensitive or sensitive you are. And everyone, we have different thresholds. We have different levels of commitment, different levels of understanding, wisdom, knowledge, peace, joy. What's good for you? It doesn't necessarily make that comment statement right or wrong. But when we look into our own consciousness and our thought process, and that's what makes life interesting. What's your thinking process? How do you love? What is love? What is sensitivity?
Mr. E, I can take one thing, and it really has it. The thing about life to me has come through some loss. When I've lost people in my life, I have learned a lot more about the number one, and again, me and TJ was talking about this. Everybody thinks that they're supposed to get old. There's no guarantee that you're gonna get old. But that is, getting old is a blessing. That is an actual blessing. Nobody's guaranteed to get old. And the second thing about it is, once you experience a loss in your life, the things that you have to deal with, those things, it changes the way that you see the world. It changes your thought process, and it changes the way that you approach things. I'm not the same person that I was 7 years ago, and I'm not the same person that I was 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? It's just, because of the things that my life, the things that I have gained and the things I've lost in my life. You know what I'm saying? And the things that I have gained, I have truly appreciated the things that I have gained in my life because of the things that I've lost. And that's just, like you said, that's the way that you go through life. You attack life a different way. You see things, you take things into perspective. And just because this young man, again, I don't know what his upbringing was, but I grew up in a 2-parent household, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of my friends, a lot of the people that I grew up with, grew up in a 2-parent household. And that is like a real oddity. And, I didn't think it was weird, coming along, because I saw it, but but outside in the real world, to see like that really was a weird thing. Do you have your mom and daddy, or your stepmom and dad, to be together and raise a family? Like, that really was like an odd thing coming along. And the fact that people want to minimize the relationships and the things that people have to deal with. Again, what Rudy Gobert is going to do, like you say, it's not just about being there for the birth of his child. What's going to happen? Is he going to be there for the nurturing of his child? What is, we'll give you kudos for that. Are you in there for the, you're in there for the long haul about what's going to happen next? Are you going to be there as a focal point to what's going to happen to your child going forward? And my only thing about my only thing about excuse me, what we may perceive as far as like Gilbert Arenas. Like now we see him. He likes to show that he's out there for his son. His son he's a possible high school prospect, and he's showing that he's having talent. He's out there. Okay, were you there when he was born? Were you there when he was going through his first grade graduation? Did you go to his did you go to his high school musicals? Did you go to his middle school band performances? Did you go to his middle school basketball games? You there for that? Don't get up here and then get to the end and show me that you're here now when he's in high school and it's just this, and you'd have missed 14 years of this kid's life, and then you want to criticize the man for being there for the birth of his child. Nah, bro.
Let me add this part here, because while you're talking, I'm thinking about what someone said a few minutes ago when the thought was, if I lived in the same city, I would make sure that she's okay, and then I would do the game. Well, that timing, this is about time, space, happening in that. So you can pinpoint if I was here, if I was there, it's the same city. I want everybody to listen to this show. I just want you to think about that. Whether you call it immaturity or whether you're trying to create a scenario that doesn't or does exist. You're going to pinpoint if it was this way, if it was that way. How many things in life happen the way that it's supposed to? How many people go to college and graduate in 4 years or 3 years? How many people do something in a specific time frame, right? So, how can
things happen?
And then let's talk about this right here. There are statistical studies that indicate that if a female, let's say the female or the person having the baby, we have hormonal stress. We have all kind of stresses that go on. There are statistical studies that indicate that if that person there, that significant other is right there, the stress level goes down for the person that may be birthing the child. It's helpful to be there. So when we start talking about living in the same city, I'll go and I'll check. Stress is already on. Now that stress is exacerbated, and that stress is a little bit more powerful during that period. So we can, and what's the threshold of that person that can handle the stress or can't handle the stress? So to say, if I lived in the same city, or whether I was committed, or whether I'm the father, or whether we are married, it's different for everyone. Your thought process could be different. So to critique whether someone should be there or make an assessment of what you should do, maybe we should question the people that's talking, and we should get to, where did this thought pathology come from?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Why would I be there?
Yeah, and let me throw this in here real quick. We don't know what that young woman had. She might not have had a like she might not have had a strong family upbringing. She might have been by herself. And the fact that this young, like this man was there for her, and she needed him. She just needed him to be there for her. We don't know, we don't know if her mom and dad and her cousins and aunties, and she might have been by herself. And just what you said, Mr. E, the fact that he was there, that might have been all that she needed, was the fact that I need you to be here. And it doesn't matter about the rest of anything that's going on. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter about who's asking the question. If she said, I just need you to be here, and he did that, then he did what he needed to do as a man. And we shouldn't be questioning that.
Let me take an excerpt from a Michael Jackson song way back in the 90s. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, right? It It doesn't matter you black, white, interracial, whatever else, you know.
I thought you were gonna use another song, but that's okay. No, do you remember the time? I thought you were gonna go there, but that's okay.
Look out, 411.
Yeah, okay. No, don't get me started on Key Sweat either. I can drop some bombs there. But hey, we got one more thing to play here. We still, yeah, hey man, y'all. We here. I'm here as long as y'all want to be here. But let's play with Shannon Sharp and who Gilbert Arenas and Chad Ochocinco had to say, and then we'll comment on that and keep this thing rolling.
The baby is fine. Mother is fine. I want to repeat that one more time. Ocho, Gil, and Shannon said, once the baby is fine, once mother is fine, we would leave and go play the game. So at that point in time, the mom is no longer under stress. There's the doctor has said, hey, Mr. Sharp, she's fine. The baby is fine. She's fine.
I think the women that don't like this or don't like the answer, I think they would need to hear it from other women that understand
that have gone through it.
I think you would need to hear it from Rail, because Rail talked about it earlier, and she was so passionate about it, she damn near cussed me out. Man, if you don't get your you know what and go play, you have.
Okay, E, you heard that. I mean, Brenda did too. What do you think about that? What do you think about what Shannon and Ocho had to say there?
First of all, I want to say shout out to Shannon Sharp and the success that he's having now on his show. Getting a lot of clicks, getting a lot of time on air. And when I hear him say the first words right there, there is no more stress. I can go ahead and leave. I can go play the game. I can be committed to my team. Shannon, stop right there, big boy. Stress is already happening, right? There's no such thing. Timeline stress is over. There's good stress, there's bad stress, there's all kind of stress. But again, we know statistically proven, right? Stress, hormonal changes, there's a lot going on neurologically, physiologically, and psychologically, and all over. So we have to be very careful when we're trying to define certain moments or when certain things are happening to this individual at this time, and this is the reason why. And once it's over, everything is okay. I'm not sure if those specific times exist. And again, this is an individual thing. You know, committal to one another, thinking about the future, thinking about right now. Could be a financial concerns with him being there. It could be for the picturesque view of what's happening, the thought process that you want to show the world how you're committed. But to say the stress is over, I'm not sure about that, Mr. Shannon, big time Sharp.
Absolutely. All right, Brandon, you heard what Shannon Sharp had to say. Also, Ocho, what you think, man? Before we get out of here.
The same thing. And that's why the thing that I sent you was the one thing that I wanted to preempt with was the fact that just because the child is okay, there, we're looking at a time frame where the mother may not be okay. And just because and there's nothing I can tell y'all that I'm not ashamed of or whatever. Me and my wife were not married for our first child.
Rudy Gobert,
you know what I'm saying? A life, and that I, there was, just because we weren't married. The only reason we weren't married was because we didn't have nowhere to stay. We didn't have no money. You know what I'm saying? And we weren't getting married wasn't gonna solve anything at that particular point in time. But I also would not leave her side with my child just because the job needed me or whatever it is. Those two people were the most important things at that point in my life. And the same thing can be said about him. We don't know what value he places on particular things. And again, I know that he had that interview where you're looking at the people that I don't, the people that should have been there for him, his aunts, his uncles, his grandparents, the you know what I'm saying, the people that are there for you when you're growing up. Those folks didn't want to be around you because of something that you had no control over. And they wanted to belittle you for that. And then you grow up and it's like, okay, I've created my own family. I've created my own family. I've created my own space. I promise you, nobody else is about to control that space, regardless of the amount of money that I'm making or the thought process or anything else that anybody outside of that has anything to do with. And again, I don't know if that young lady is his wife, if they're married, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. What he wanted to be there for was his child, and he had absolute every right to be there for his child and for that young lady. And like you say, for anybody else to say anything any different or to have an opinion is your particular opinion, your life experiences, your life thought process, and the way that you see things. But that doesn't mean I have to follow what you're thinking in life. So,
Well stated, brother.
I don't think we'd heard enough from you, Mr. 411. Me and Mr. Eden gave out. Man, you talk a little bit. I know we might not have a whole lot of time, but you throw what you got in there. You know what I'm saying? Because you got some. Like I say, we
No, I feel,
opening up.
I slide in
We
and
giving
out of
life,
there. I'm
life
hosting.
experience. So
Yeah, the host with the most right now. I mean, I have to bring you guys in, man, because they hear a lot from Mr. 401. So I'm trying to get the stage to you guys when you out here, and I'm trying to maximize that with you gentlemen, man. But yeah, to sum it all up, man, it's really is up to the individual and what's going on in their life, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to understand and respect the boundaries of others and what's going on. You never know what's going on in somebody else's hood in their house and underneath the hood of their car or whatever. And I think that's where Gilbert got it all wrong. And it would be nice for him to kind of backpedal on a lot of this and just say, hey, you know what? I don't know his background. I don't know what her background. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to look at this a little different, and not just be too quick to judge. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we look at stuff like when we use this for example, we look at this from the outer perspective of like, okay, he missed a basketball game, he missed a playoff game, in a pivotal round against a reigning MVP and all this, and he's defensive player of the year. He needs to be out there for his team, but at the end of the day, his team was okay with him making this move, right? You said this earlier, Brandon, about you have a family you're born into, and then the family you select. And right now, the Timberwolves is his, selected family, and they rallied around him. They supported his decision. He made the move, and when I heard about it, I didn't even make no big deal about it myself. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay, he's out. You know what I'm saying? He's out for personal reasons. Just like at my, our respective jobs or professions, you are allowed to miss work for, life changing things, right? Whether it's
yeah,
a death or birth
life or
or
death.
whatever kind of change that goes on, life status change, or just your personal time. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have to, I think the lesson here is that we all can't be too quick to judge. And ultimately, he did what we want our men to do, right? We want men to do this. We want them to be uh, family oriented. We want them to take care of business, if you will. And he made the decision that was best for him and his family. we can't knock that man for that. You know what I'm saying? We can't jump all over him for that. And I love the way the Timberwolves supported him in that situation. You know, not only with the victory that they had, even though I picked them to win the series, um, you know, and that was hurting me there. But the fact that they did that, they moved on. What you know, what I'm saying, they rallied without him and supported that man. That he comes right back in, and he's right back where back in on the court again. So everything's cool. So if it's cool with him, it's cool with his team and his people. What's the big deal? You know. But yeah, I mean, there was some complications that happened with my son, and it wasn't just right when he was born. It was later on, and the doctors were saying something need to be done, and we had a discussion about it, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. And to this day, it wasn't necessary. He talks he talks better than I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like whatever they were saying needed to be done didn't have to be done. And being there for that time frame, that wasn't even the pregnancy part. That was days after that. You know what I'm saying? So, you never know what people have to go through. I did not know your story, Brundage, about as long as I've known you, I didn't know about the about the umbilical cord part, you know, and that is so like that, man, that hit me 3 times when you said that. Like,
And you just
and
and you just said something then, like I said, man, and we want to gush out and say things like I didn't know nothing about. We
yeah,
don't always discuss these things at the time
yeah,
because both we were both young men at the time, and
yeah, in different cities.
yeah
Yeah,
we can't talk about this because it makes us whatever situation. I didn't know about Trey. I didn't know nothing about that. And like
yeah,
I can I can give y'all one more thing, and like I said, this is not about totally about me, but again, the way that I have approached what childbirthing is and the things that go along with that, and the after part. Even with Nicholas, we had to decide whether they were going to put a stent in his head
mm-hmm,
because there was something that was going on up there, and they had to put a stent in his head. And this is, like you say, this is 1 or 2 days, the days after your child is being born. And am I like, I'm not I'm not a doctor, dude. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm finna be real with y'all right now. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm I'm freaking 25 years old. I don't know. I'm praying and I'm hoping God is telling me the right thing to do and we can follow what he's telling us to do. But we 25 years old with our first child and they're telling us like we need to cut we need to stick a stent in his head.
yeah. So decisions,
I
man.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I want my child to live. That I want that to happen. And then when we
but
go home, and like I say, I don't want this debate this be about me, but this is what I have some passion about. I got to go. The first night that my wife leaves the hospital, well, she went. But the first night that we leave the hospital, it ain't with her child. We got to leave her child at the hospital with a needle in his head. And so, like I said, when you get, you don't know, what I'm saying? Like I say, that's that again, and again, me and Mr. 411 talked last week. We had a big thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I broke down and had and it really was because that was something to my heart. It was near and dear to my heart in the same way that this boils into it because it's near and dear to my heart. Don't talk about something that you don't have no idea about. Just because you didn't want to be there for your kids, I'm just being 100%. Just because you didn't want to be there for your kids, don't tell nobody else what they're supposed to do for their kids. Don't tell nobody else. It's a kid, bro. He'll be there tomorrow. That kid might not have been there tomorrow, bro.
And you know what? And you know what's great, man, about what we're doing right here. You know, we're three men right here. It's men's night out right now. Sometimes, you know, most of the time we have some ladies in here as well, but you know, they'll join in next time. But we stepped up big time, and we showing everybody that life is good. You know what I'm saying? We can have real discussions. You know what I mean? It's not always just about who won the game, who lost the game. You know, we have real discussions, and guys can sit around and sit around and do have these type of conversations. And so I'm glad we're able to, you know, display this to everybody. So I'm glad you guys made it on today, and I'm glad we got this in.
And Mr.
E, you
E,
got any more? You got any
Mr.
comments
E, I
before
gotta
we
get
get
your
out?
info, man. I gotta talk to you when we ain't on camera. I gotta talk to you, man. I gotta talk to you when we ain't on camera.
Well, you gotta talk to his agent. You gotta get to his agents first. You gotta go.
Well,
You gotta
I
go
didn't
through
know there
Clutch.
was an
You
agent.
gotta go
Oh
through
my
Clutch
God.
Sports first. Reach
I
out
ain't
to
got no
Clutch
agent,
Sports.
man. I
Reach out to Clutch
can't
Sports.
afford to talk to you. I can't afford to
Yeah.
talk to you. You gotta want to talk to me. I can't
You gotta call Rich Paul first. Call Rich Paul.
The olive branch. The olive branch.
Okay. Yeah, I can't afford to talk to you. I gotta let you talk to me.
Yeah.
Life is free, man. Life is free as you make it, man. But
yes, sir.
like they always say, there's a cost for everything, and time is important. But, man, the olive branch is here, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all I know. That's good.
Yeah. Your people talk to his people. Y'all get together soon, man.
All right,
But
DJ, you my people. I ain't got no more people because I can't afford nobody. I'm broke.
Hey, man.
I do
what I can for you, man.
I still got them 4 kids. They ain't left yet. All of them still here with me. All of them still at this house. They ain't left yet. All of them still here.
You know what, man? Hey, and guess what? That's a good
yes, sir.
Don't let anybody that's a good thing.
That's man.
A good thing.
It is.
I hope you're proud of it, and I hope they're proud of it, and I hope they're learning. There will come a time, but right now, it is what it is. And
yes, sir.
The care, the nurturing, the support, and the continual talk and understanding, things will grow, and it will manifest into a beautiful thing. It's all
Mr. E, I have already accepted the fact that this is my I'm not gonna say my retirement plan, but this is what like you say, this is the thing that this is the garden that I'm watering. You know what I'm saying? And it's not necessarily for anything that they could do for me. If I could do something for them, if I can be a better dad for them and let them go through life and be ahead of the game from where I was, because, you know, my folks couldn't give me nothing. My folks couldn't leave me nothing. They hadn't been able to do, you know, at least I can help them going forward. And that you're right. That is an absolute, that is the one thing I hope they can say that I've done for them, that I've helped them going forward. And the beauty about that will be their success and the things that they do in life. That's what I want.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, y'all, and shout out to Nicole Roxanne. She's a regular on the show now. She'll be back next week after the game, and we're going to be talking about the Shaquille O'Neal and Shawnee O'Neal situation. So she'll be back. She'll be back on for that. Roxanne. She has a album. Yeah, her album is doing well.
Roxanne.
Yeah. So Nicole, we can't wait to catch you next week. So you know, Nicole will be out on here with us next week. Brendan, you have an open invitation. We definitely be discussing the Shawnee O'Neal, the book, and the statement.
It was 2 Roxanne. It was Roxanne Shante and the real. There was a real Roxanne and Roxanne Shante. It was 2 of them. It was 2 Roxannes.
Oh yeah.
How
and
that
the 3 of
happened
us
in the
tonight.
80s, y'all hit me upside the head with a hammer when it was 2 black women named Roxanne doing music at the same time.
Oh, really?
There you go.
It was 2 of them.
There you go, Brandon.
The real Roxanne and Roxanne Shante, or it was something. I gotta figure my parts out. But it was two Roxannes. It was two different
Well,
ones.
you got time. You got time. Hey, E, make sure you send me those links so we can put the saxophonist on there, and so we can have that in the comment section for the listeners and the viewers.
David Sanborn. Oh my God.
There you go. So we make sure we get that on there as well.
David Sanborn.
All you music people out there, all you people out there, all you saxophonists, all you people that love to hear the harmony and the love and the euphoria that only the jazz could give you. We just love David.
Mr. E. I could tell you, that was my first love, was music.
Oh yeah.
I could play the trumpet, the trombone, the tuba, and the baritone.
You are a multi-talented man.
Yeah.
Maybe Ty get you on the the intro coming in here.
Might be
that ain't sound.
Juan. The love.
Hey, and you know what? Hey, my kids. And I know we got to go, but my kids. The last three, I got a violin, 2 violins, and Kim. What is?
Where you think they get all that talent from? Where they get all that talent from? Where they get all that
cello
skill from?
With two violins and a cello player.
Well, there's a song out there that says you get it from your mama. So
They did. Hey, she was. Hey, Kim played the violin, so they were the stringers. They didn't blow. They did. But you know what? There was a whole family. There was a whole family musical background thing that they got. They got some of it from me. They got some of it from her, and so like they,
makes total sense.
Yeah, I'll deal with the fact that they could count music. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
There you go. Hey, but speaking of music though, Jay Edwards, Tailor Made. He's a friend of my brother, and we're gonna play that hit on the way out of here. So his song is called Tailor Made, and so we're gonna bid everybody a good night. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, tune in, all that good stuff. For Brundage. For E, I'm Mr. 401. We appreciate it. After the game over. Peace.
can't help but feel the way I feel when you're not near. And it's obvious to see, with you absent there's no me. I don't know much else I can say except I need you around. I got no other games to play. Girl, I'm hoping you can stay. I really need some of your love. Cause you're the only one I wanna kiss and hug. And girl, no matter where you are, I wanna be. It don't matter where ain't no distance that's too far enough for me. No. You're the only one I need. You're all I need. Ain't no other girl for me. No. Tailor made just right for me. Tailor made. Yeah. She So come here, let me love you. Baby, let me love you. There ain't no one I'm trusting but you. Nah, nah. I wanna be that answer that you need. So come and give me a chance, you'll see. There can't nobody else but you. Get me in the mood to do every little thing that's so kinky. Cause when I'm with you, girl, I can be that energy you need to light your fire. I can be your everything you need when I'm around. You're the only one I need, girl. Oh, ain't no other girl for me. No, tailor-made just right for me. Yeah, she's